professor of international politics at Birmingham University. Thank you so much for joining us on the program. Now, how much harm would the withdrawal of U.S. troops have on Germany?
Well, that remains to be seen, because we need to realize first and foremost that this was a political diversion by Donald Trump that had nothing to do with U.S. military planning. Trump is under a great deal of pressure because of his mishandling of coronavirus, because of the Black Lives Matter marches, which are supported by most Americans. And so he tried to steal the headlines by suddenly announcing this withdrawal of about 10,000 troops. Now, here's the reality check. The Pentagon and German officials have been discussing possible redeployment of U.S. troops, but it has nothing to do with punishing Germany. It has nothing to do with German defense expenditure. It's about military planning within NATO. Secondly, Trump is ill-informed. I actually knows nothing about the issue because Germany does not owe NATO money. Germany does not owe the U.S. money. NATO has a target of 2% of military expenditure by all members, including the Germans, and the Germans have until 2024 to reach that. They're at about 1.4%. So in other words, what Trump has done is actually distorted the military planning that's gone on for his own personal gain. And I'm not sure he'll get away with it, because already we're seeing Republican legislators from his own party who are saying they don't back this move, they don't think it's wise, and Trump can't push this through on his own. He would have to have congressional support. So I suspect in 24, 48 hours, he'll be on to another tweet, another diversionary announcement, and any supposed crisis between the U.S. and Germany will have evaporated.
Well, strategic experts here, they see this as a step that can only benefit Russia and weaken NATO as a whole. Do you agree?
Oh, Donald Trump benefits Russia. And if this proceeded on the lines that Donald Trump wants, where you suddenly withdraw U.S. troops without any planning, without any discussion with allies, it would weaken NATO, it would weaken consensus, and the Russians would take advantage. But again, remember, Donald Trump's pulled this stunt before. He said in 2018 and then 2019, he would withdraw all U.S. troops from Syria, and the Pentagon pushed back, and there are still U.S. troops in that country. He said he's going to withdraw all U.S. troops from Afghanistan, and the Pentagon and his diplomats have put the emphasis, quite rightly, on talks with the Taliban and with the Afghan government. So I think I'm not downplaying the seriousness of this Trump statement, but we need to realize first and foremost that he's trying to throw smoke in our eyes, and that it'll be left to the adults in the room, the diplomats, the military people, to carry out the discussions. And I think that will push him back in reality, if not necessarily in his public statements.
So how do you think this is going to play out?
Well, I think, as it quite often does with Trump, that we're going to have a lot of talk about, instability between the U.S. and its allies, that it's damaging the U.S. reputation. But I'll be honest with you, if Donald Trump does not win a second term in office in November, there'll be a lot of repair work and a lot of moving back towards cooperation. If Donald Trump wins a second term, however, in November, then I think everybody in his own government, let alone allies, are worried about what he's going to do next.
All right, Scott Lucas, thank you so much for joining us on the program today. We really appreciate it.